Do you, stay you, and be you. With some stuff we can't control, but most of it we can. Be intentional about where you're gonna go, who's going to be there. Hey fam. Ari Squires here. And so once again, I have made a commitment. Not that I don't like commitments, because I love commitments. But I said I wanted to come on here periodically, not weekly, not daily. I don't want to say no schedule, because my life be lifing, right? I got businesses, okay? I have a lot of stuff going on. So I don't want to commit, but I do want to commit. And so I committed to Backstage with Ari, right? And so this is just the backstage of my life, the things that you don't see. And I'm sharing some stuff for real. Not to be all to my business, because I know a lot of y'all here for the first time. I don't know me, not to be all in my business, but always just to share the lessons that I learn along with the blessings, right? Because just like I told my girlfriend tonight, I'm like, look, she's so peaceful, she's in a good place, and I said, you are right in your season before all the seeds you've been planting and all of that is about to blossom. It's about to be fruitful and plentiful. So I want to testing this a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see, but I'm gonna be walking around. You're not gonna be able to hear me, and my mic came in today too. So next time you see me doing this, actually have a microphone on, because I did buy one. I bought that, and I bought a selfie stick, and I bought another light. So I'm just buying some stuff that I can have just so I can create some content. So you're going to actually watch me as I talk and share with you my week. It was so funny because, and some of it you ain't gonna be able to hear me that good, but work with me now. Work with me now, as my boy Ocho Cinco say. Work with me now. But what was I saying? See, I forgot already. This is the older age. I don't say old age, but I do say older, because I'm getting older and I'm blessed to be getting older. But the older age, ladies, gentlemen, past 45 or maybe 40, if you feel me, we forget stuff all the time. So anyway, I was telling my girlfriend she in her season, right? So anyway, I'm going to be undressing, but not really. I'm putting my stuff back. When I get back to my dressing room, I do my absolute best to make sure that I am putting things back up where they go. So these are new, so they don't have a place. So I'm going to make a place for them. This is my little jewelry case here. Well, just a little portion of it, right? And I have more. My glasses over here. So here, this is where I'm going to make room for them. It looks like I have room here, but I don't. These are just off kilter. I need to fix them. Them all bunched up. It's usually just 3 rows like this row. But anyway, you don't care about that. So I'm going to make room. And while I do that, this week has been crazy. I was telling my girlfriends, right, that it's going to be a lot for me to take off. So you're just going to be hearing me. You know what? Let me just sit right here for a minute, because I got to tell you this story real quick. And then I'll continue getting dressed. At the beginning of the week, me and my girlfriends, I'm dressed up because I went and I took my girlfriend out to dinner for her birthday, and we met one of our other girlfriends there. But in our group text, I was telling them that, shoot, y'all got a lot going on. I can't wait to hear and celebrate you. But me, I don't got nothing going on, just being a mama. That's it. That's all I've been doing, y'all, is being a mama. And so right when I said that, like on Monday, right after I said that, my week just, a whole bunch of stuff started going on after that. Not bad stuff, but it just got crazy in my personal life. You know what I'm saying? Just things that, it ain't nothing personal, but just, personal, just stuff that taught me so many lessons, man. I'm not gonna speak on the personal stuff, but let me say it so y'all can relate to. Later on, it'll come up, right? But right now, I'm not ready to just talk about it. But later on, it's gonna come back up, right? Because it's something that's personal. But when you are going through those personal things, right? And it's like right when your life is at ease and peaceful and settled, and you know what I'm saying, right? And things, nothing has popped off in a while, right? Because life be life. But when you in that place and nothing has really kind of took you off your, your focus or your comfort, or not your comfort, but your vibe, right? You've been in that vibe for a long time and you've been good there. And then it's going to be something. So when that happens, take it all in stride. Take it all in stride, but always ask yourself, what is this teaching me? What is this teaching me? What should I have done? What will I do different next time? Right? Question yourself. Look at previous patterns where you fall into the same thing before. So you can start noticing the red flags within yourself so that these things don't happen. A lot with some stuff we can't control, but most of it we can. Because if there were some actions and some questions that I would have asked to other people and some things that I would have done that I wanted to do, but I didn't do, right? And it's always that first instinct, that first thought. Y'all know what that is. Y'all know what that first thought is. My eyes red, but let me look at you real quick. You know what that first thought is. That's what you're supposed to follow. So that was a mistake I made. I can't blame nobody else. I can't put that on nobody else. That wasn't nobody else. It was me. I have to take responsibility for my actions. And in my life, in my work that I do, I notice that some people do not like taking responsibility for their own actions, what they did and what they should have done or what they could have done. I just wanted to say that. Always look at the lesson. What responsibility? So that way you can shift it. Okay? So that was one lesson for me this week. So I'll be sharing more later. I'm going to share more at a later time. But I promise you, I'm going to share more so you can see how when I learned the lesson, what's going to happen. Because now that I learned the lesson, I'm good now. Now I'm vibrating at a much higher level now. Now I'm like, okay, I got off and this is what happened. Now it's about to get funky. Now that I know, the part that I played in it, now we can start transforming and transitioning and making changes to the situation that's going to benefit and go in my favor. Okay? But if I'm blaming somebody else, I'm bringing nothing but negative energy. I'm not opening myself up to new thoughts, new ways of being. Okay? I just wanted to share that with y'all. Let me get my son a zippy real quick. So, another thing, when I talked about how soft my life was and how wasn't nothing really going on with me, I actually got some very good news, something that I forgot about. I got an email unexpectedly. I was finishing up my day, literally finishing up my day, about to go outside, sit on my porch like I do every single day, and puff a cigar, have a drink, watch TV, play on TikTok, whatever. Talk to the birds, chill with my dog, whatever. I got an email unexpectedly of something that I totally forgot about that was a previous issue. So here, I want to show you. This is right after I got the news. So I had a little situation. I haven't shared this. Usually my trips that I do, I've taken groups to Costa Rica, Tulum, South Africa, Tanzania, and we ain't had no problem. Well, what had happened was I went against what I would normally do, and I allowed someone to come on my trip who was a stranger. I didn't know them. I didn't know, there was no relationship whatsoever, right? Just strictly found me on Facebook. So, I didn't know this person and their energy, or I didn't know much about them, right? So this is a black owned cigar called Brown Boys. Harsher than what I normally like, but it's smooth. So if you like a more potent and powerful cigar, this is for you. I like mine a little milder, but it's good. It's still good to smoke. They're here in Atlanta. But anyway, back to my story. I agreed to let this woman come. And I'm not going to give too many details because and you know what? I don't care. I'll let her and her family come. And that included her husband, and her 4 kids. who were different ages, right? One happened to be in their early 20s. So anyway, I had some reservations from the beginning just by the way things were happening throughout the process of us preparing to, go to South Africa with the group, right? And then, but, it wasn't hesitation. It wasn't like I didn't want her to go or anything like that. It was just a little, weird. So they arrive, everything's fine, boom, boom, boom. Anyway, let me just make a long story short. The energy with her and her family was just completely off. Just completely, and I don't mind sharing. I'm telling my story. She can share her story. I'm sharing my story. Because it's always 2, 3 sides to every story. So I'm sharing mine. She has every right to share her own. So the energy was just off. That's okay. Everybody ain't, it ain't gonna always be peaches and cream like it has been, right? Everything has always been perfect. Once I had to remove her from the situation because in the middle of the trip, she decides to do a $1,987, something like that, chargeback when we are in South Africa about to go to the safari. We get an alert, my team notifies me, and I'm like, what? So I said, nah, boo, you ain't going on no safari. You owe me $1,900, I think it was $87. Because, when they do chargebacks, guess what? QuickBooks takes that right from your bank account. It's withdrawn from your account. So I have to wait and go through the process to get my money back. This was back in September of 2024. It is now May of 2025. And look, I just got this email. Check it out. So I get this email and it says, this is to inform you that QuickBooks payment has credited an amount of $1,942.42 to your account. Please note that this amount credited to your account is subject to outstanding fee, blah, 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 blah. So they took the money and they put it back. You know why? Because I won the daggone case. So this is why it's so important that you have your stuff together. This is why systems have to be in place. This is why you have to keep receipts. This is why you have to make sure that your back end is on point. Because I could have been out of $2,000 because somebody got mad. And that's all it is. Somebody got mad and decided to do a chargeback. And so, of course, I sent over my information. She submitted hers. They came back to me and said something else that I needed or something. I submitted my receipts immediately. And all this time later, she lost. She lost. But I want to show you because my sister was there with me. We grown now. However, the hood is still there. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like you could take the girl out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the girl. You don't understand what I'm saying? And sometimes, you could be pushed to that point. But thankfully, we were smart enough to not allow no BS to happen because, number one, I'm there as a leader. I'm the lead. Everybody's following my lead. So I have to make sure that I am acting in a way that is the way I'm supposed to act. You get what I'm saying? Because, Michelle Obama said when they go low, we go high. And I'm like, I don't always believe that that's always the case. Because sometimes when they go low, you got to go low too to show them that they got you fucked up. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you got to go low too just so they don't try to go low again. And that's just my philosophy. It works. But then sometimes, no, it's like, nah, we're going to take the high road. And in this case, we did. But let me show you this text between me and my sister who was there with me during this whole ordeal. It says, girl, that false lady's case with QuickBooks when she tried to do that chargeback for 1987 went in my favor. Stupid ass bitch. Excuse my language, but listen, like I said, you could take the girl out the hood, but you ain't taking the hood out the girl, okay? And my sister said, that's what she gets. I said, exactly. And tried to deny it like she didn't know what was going on. Then tried to fight it with her bank. That's why it took so long. Almost had me and you going to jail in Africa. She said, shaking my head. All I know is after coming out of my character in a whole other country, I hope she do eat shit. Of course, I'm laughing. And she said, exactly. Now, my sister's mother was also there, and I said, your mama would have been trying to break us out. She said, laughing like shit, girl. We would have met my old mama all over again. TTG. I don't know what TTG mean. My sister younger than me, so you know they got that lingo. TTG, y'all tell me what it mean in the comments. I'm laughing. And I said, and then she said, the way she followed me, she talking about her mama. I'm not gonna put that on there. I'm not gonna put that on there. But anyway, we gonna take that out. And then I said, thank God we compose ourselves. We have to choose our battles, and that wasn't it. And my sister said, amen to that. God said he got it. And I gave her the power signal, the strong power emoji, because you got to pick your battles. So I'm saying this with love, and I'm saying this to empower and encourage you guys that for two things. Number one, when it comes to business, this is Backstage with Ari. So this is where you get into real Ari. You got to make sure that your systems are in place. And that's one of the things that we assist our clients with doing in our brand management program is with the services that we offer. Some of them don't have their stuff together all the way. So we have an attorney on staff that writes the contracts for us, writes the contracts for our clients, and, I have my attorneys on retainer. So, they're able to, we write them and they review them. That's what they do now, and make changes where necessary, because you always want to make sure that you're protected, because you just never know when somebody going to act crazy. And I've had a couple of these in the past, and I've always won, almost only one case where I didn't win. And let me tell you why. It was American Express. So this is something to you. If you have an American Express, if you do a chargeback, you going to win. The card holder, the member of American Express, they going to win no matter what. You cannot beat American Express, no matter how much proof you have, no matter what. So I know that's why a lot of people use American Express. My husband has American Express. He doesn't use it for that reason, but I just know that no matter what. So as a entrepreneur, just know that American Express, when somebody do a chargeback, that's the only reason why I lost that, because she knows she was wrong. But anyway, what comes with doing business, this is just a part of the process. This is what people don't talk about. You get what I'm saying? But this is a part of doing business. But of course, I got my stuff together. And the other thing is, we got to choose our battles, man. This took forever. I forgot about it. I literally forgot about that $2,000, and that's a lot of money. I forgot about it. But here we are. I'm about to get it back. Somebody doing something stupid. So keep your head high, keep your stuff together, and choose your battles. Like my sister said, God handled that one. Amari, what are you watching? Shouldn't you be studying for an exam? Let something happen and you drop. Yeah, y'all help a sister out. But right after I had got through getting my hair braided, I also shared, and again, this was just a couple days ago. This was on Wednesday, last Wednesday. I was talking to you all about our economy and where we are and where we need to be and how we can make some adjustments. And I think it's important for us to make stronger and wiser investments and save and hold on to as much as we can, but also get some education on some things that are out here that are available for us. Okay, I know y'all hear folks talking about stuff, financial literacy and education. Find who and what, whether that's a book, whether that's a mentor. I mean, you can easily just go on Google, but you really gonna find it in books. There are some books that I've read and I just can't. One of them was Becoming Your Own Bank. That book right there opened my eyes to just. And then I read Douglas Eze, who's one of my good friends and someone I see as also a mentor, a friend of mine, a business partner of mine as well. He has a book. It's called Creating Generational Wealth. It's on Amazon. Those two books I want to recommend now, because those are the first two that come to mind when it comes to becoming your own bank and financial literacy and learning what we definitely weren't taught in school, but some people weren't taught it in their home. So I'm not going to sit here and drop education yet until I'm more comfortable with sharing some products and services that I can offer you. So I'm gonna hold on for that, okay? Because I am learning more using things that I've done Me and my husband saved over $100,000 for my son's college or business, whatever he chose to do after his graduation. And so, that wasn't easy. It took us 15 years to do it, but we had a plan. Now he about to take that money and invest it in real estate. So it's about proper planning. That was a 15-year plan. He's 18 now. He about to be making $5,000 a month at 18, 19. So why wouldn't I want to teach people how to pay off their debt and save their money and invest their money? So you can guess what you think is coming, but I have to get licensed and certified. So pretty soon I'll be able to, because I can speak from experience, but I also actually do want to have that certification and credentials, okay? Or at least partner with someone who does, okay? So that's coming. But in the meantime, between time, here's a little video that I recorded real quick. Y'all, we need to talk about why and how. But first, why are things so expensive? I know y'all noticing. Of course we're noticing, because look at the debt in our society. So many people are going in debt just to pay bills, taking out loans and from their property or credit cards just to pay bills, y'all. We need to be having these conversations on how to manage this and how to better manage our money in this economy where everything is going up, but except our wages. You understand what I'm saying? And there are vehicles and things that I know for me, I'm using some things that I can't wait to be able to share with you all in a couple months that are assisting with me building generational wealth and growing wealth. So these conversations need to be had, because for me to just pay $75 for 4 little braids is crazy to me, when I used to pay $35, not too long ago. So I hope that you guys are saving, not doing any frivolous spending, not spending money to impress other people, because we do that as a community, as a culture. I stopped doing that shit a long time ago. and I fell victim. You start making money, you're like, ooh, I want to show it off, because it's just that mentality of growing up and not having things. Once you have stuff for a little while, I'm driving the same car. I got this, I'm wearing the same clothes because your mind shifts. You understand what I'm saying? Until I can do it to where I want it. You know what I'm saying? But save your coins, y'all. Invest in the right thing. Make sure everything you're doing is an investment. Even your home. My home is an investment. We conduct business out of my home. My home brings me revenue. So be strategic, y'all. But I'm going to have some more stuff to share about this in the coming months, okay? I'm going to be working with some other people and assisting some of y'all that really want to pay off your debt and build your wealth. And this ain't no scheme or none of that crazy shit. This is like some real stuff that I'm using in my own life. See what I'm saying about getting older and wiser and, better? We forget stuff, y'all. We forget. And that's one of the main things that I cannot stand about aging, is that I'm forgetful. And the reason why is because it insults my intelligence. And there's 2 things I don't like. That's when I'm unhappy and when I will go off on someone is if they disrespect me, number 1. Don't disrespect me, right? That's number 1. And number 2 is when someone insults my intelligence. So I'm insulting my own intelligence by getting older because I feel stupid. I told my husband, I said, I feel so stupid. It's frustrating. Like I feel dumb. I don't feel smart. And I know I'm smart. Like I'm sharp with it. So it's like it makes me angry sometimes when I can't remember stuff, y'all. And I know some of y'all are going to be in the chat telling me I need to go check it out. I need to go to the doctor. I could have, the signs and all these other things. Don't put none of that on me. Don't put none of that on me. I don't want to hear it. Don't put none of that on me. Okay? Don't put none of it on me. Okay? All right. Thank you. All I see is possibility over here. Okay? But back to why I'm here with Backstage with RV. Periodically. I hope to do it weekly, give you a rundown of my week. I do want to share with you the boss side of my team that I've had for over a decade. Like I was telling my client how one of the ladies that I work with, her name is Brittany. Brittany is my graphic designer. She does my websites for all my clients. Hey, Brittany, I don't know if you're going to watch this or not, but She is the utmost professional. I've been working with her for over a decade. She's on my website, arisquires.com. At least 90% of my clients, she's done their website. I was telling my client whose website she did that, Brittany is the utmost professional. She is one of my favorite people to do business with. She is professional, because I have run into a lot of entrepreneurs that don't need to be entrepreneurs, and I'm gonna leave that there. Maybe I'll share that for another Backstage with Ari. But I have run into a lot of entrepreneurs that don't need to be entrepreneurs. They just do not have the professional skills to be an entrepreneur. They don't have a contract. They don't know how to read a contract. They don't have no systems in place. They're all over the place. They're just messy on the back end and unprofessional. So anyway, we ain't gonna always get it right. We're gonna make mistakes. I get it. But there's just some things that I'm just like, these people do not need to be entrepreneurs. But anyway, so I'm gonna take you behind the scenes so you can see some of the work that I do behind the scenes with my amazing team. Brittany is the utmost professional. Alicia, Shenandoah, like damn, see, names are not coming to me. Goodness, I can't believe Vero. Sorry, Vero. Anyway, my team is just amazing. I've had them forever. Once I stopped working with someone, it's because they weren't professional. Like sometimes people don't even want to give me a W-9 so I can send you a 1099. But anyway, y'all, so I'm going to be back here backstage with Ari. I don't know where I'll be when I'll record these. Right now, I'm in my dressing room because it's a Saturday night and I went and celebrated my girlfriend's birthday, Latanya's birthday, with my other girlfriend, Marla. And we had a great time catching up, and the food was great. It's just one place that I actually like here in Atlanta that's Black owned. The only thing I don't like is that little valet parking. Other than that, the food is good, the service is good, the customer service is good. The food is okay. It's in general. Everybody make the same food here in Atlanta, but it's good. It's really good. The service is amazing. And my girlfriend, Jody Wynn, introduced me to this place called MCK. Y'all probably heard of the MCK Restaurant Lounge. I know some of y'all gonna be in the comments and y'all don't like the place. Y'all didn't have a good experience, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about my experience. I liked it. I like it. I don't love it. I like it, right? Because they're super professional. They're nice. The only thing I don't like is that little tent. It was $10. Now it's $15 valet. I don't, like my girlfriend said, I don't have to pay for valet. But anyway, that's another Backstage with Ari moment. But I love here in Atlanta. But I'm about to go and wash my makeup off, take a shower, and get in the bed with my man because he's still low. I know he waiting on me too. No, I'm just playing. Oh, trust me, he waiting on me. Peace, y'all. I'll see y'all next time.